Hey, what's up, guys? It's Squared Sports coming back with another video. Apologize for the noise. My lawn is being mowed right now, so it's probably really loud. But we're gonna be talking about the NBA and some players that have come out and said they are not going to play in the restart in just like 3 weeks from now. So, Nick,
Yeah.
what do you have on this?
So we have a lot of players. We don't actually. I feel like Kyrie said he isn't, but the whole Nets team has decided um, to just
Yeah,
to not
basically.
show. And then we
Bas-
have recent news that Bradley Beal has just said no, and also on the Wizards, Davis Bertans said nah. um, so just out of curiosity, like with those two teams, because those are now pretty much it's going to be the Nets and the Wizards duking it out. Who makes it? Because I feel like the Wizards are a better team than the Nets, but they
yeah,
lost Beal. But then again, the Nets literally are just playing with the G League.
yeah, and then you have Orlando technically or the eighth seed. The Nets are actually the seventh seed right now. So, but pretty much they're almost guaranteed to fall down to that eight or
Yeah.
nine seed, and you would think the Magic would go up to the seventh seed now. So basically, it probably will be the Nets and the Wizards. So I think I like the Wizards' chances actually better now, like because
Interesting.
I don't know really why. I just think with the Nets, everybody saying they're not going to play, they just have nobody, and the Wizards at least have a team that they got, even with Bradley Beal carrying the load, they still have better players. They have Thomas Bryant, their center, and Rui Hachimura, or however you say that guy's name. He's a rookie this year. He's starting to come into his own in the NBA. They have those two guys, and off the top of my head, I really can't think of anybody else on their team. I know they have some other guys that are decent, but they're really not that good. But Bradley Beal, like you can say Bradley Beal got them to that nine seed. Well, it can't be one player getting them to a nine seed. Like it has to
Mhm.
be more. There's more to that. And so I think because of that, like you have the Nets who had Kyrie, Spencer Dinwiddie, DeAndre Jordan all on their team.
Mhm.
Those are a lot of pieces that are missing. And then you have Bradley Beal who probably is the best, maybe the best player out of all of those players. I know Kyrie's probably a little better, but you have only one player not showing, and then you have some other talented pieces around. I think that you really, if you matched up the best five players without the players playing, if you just made the top five players on the Nets and Wizards, I think you'd probably have three or four Wizards on there and only maybe one net player because I don't really know that. I'm just guessing that the Nets roster now compared to when they were in the regular season is much worse than the Wizards is. So I would guess the Wizards would get in. But honestly, we can talk about this, but it doesn't really matter because either way, they're going home in the first round in the playoffs. Like, there's no chance for either one of these teams, and they would be playing the Bucks. So it's like, who really cares? But you asked, so that's what I think. I think another interesting point, which I know you wanted to get to probably, is Victor Oladipo said he's not going to play either for the Pacers. They're, I think, the five seed or six seed right now in the East. I actually think this is a bigger deal than most people think it is. I think the Pacers with Oladipo are a lot better than without him. I know, yeah, maybe they got there mostly without him because he was injured the first half of the season. I like Miles Turner on their team. Like I think Darren Collison they might have. I can't remember for sure if that's accurate or not. But they do have some talented pieces. But I think Oladipo makes their team just so much better on the defensive end for sure. And without him there, I think it's kind of a similar case with the Lakers with Avery Bradley that they missed that defense. And without Victor Oladipo, they're going to miss the defense when they have to defend Ben Simmons or Chris Middleton. I'm trying to think of some guys that Oladipo would be guarding. Maybe even Jason Tatum or Jalen Brown. Like they're gonna miss that in the playoffs, I think, with the Pacers, and they probably will drop a little bit. They might drop to the six or seven seed, and which they would have to play the Raptors, a very good defensive team, or the Celtics. And I think without Oladipo, they'd have little to no shot at all. So I think it's a bigger deal than people think.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I'm on the side that it doesn't really matter. Um, yeah, I guess the reason behind that is the fact that they never really had him during the season. And if we want an accurate representation, I feel like not having Oladipo is an accurate representation of the Pacers. Also, even with Oladipo, I don't think they're getting that much farther. I really don't think they're getting past the Bucks. They're not getting past the Celtics. They're not getting past who even is the third seed? The
Raptors.
The Raptors. Maybe,
I think they would have a chance against the Raptors if Oladipo was healthy.
So I see him as the farthest they get is honestly the second round.
Yeah, I mean that's probably pretty accurate.
So I'm not really saying this is a big deal. This is not because this would be a big deal, and this would be a talking point if he was playing all season or he played the majority of the season, because then we could say we lost a star, and that's the same thing with Kyrie. Kyrie didn't play that much this season. We didn't lose a star. He was practically gone already. Bradley Beal, he was a stud, yes, but that team sucked. I mean, they were fighting again. And I sort of just want to go back on that point just a little bit. There is. I sort of feel like the Nets are going to get in because I don't think the Wizards are going to win enough to get in, because the Wizards still have to win games. Because they can both lose games, and they both can lose 7-8 games, honestly. But they have to win games, and they have to win enough to be able to compete with the Nets. So maybe if it goes into that bracket of a 4-game spread, maybe. But let's not, overreact here. Also, really the best signing, the biggest loss, and the biggest signing all happened on the Lakers, I do think.
Yeah, that's true.
They lost, I'm blanking on his name right now.
Avery Bradley.
They lost Avery Bradley, who I think he was important to that team. And he is really good depth to that team. They did get J.R. Smith, who we joke about him, and I don't think he's amazing or anything. There's a reason he wasn't on the team, and that he could get signed. But the truth is that it was probably one of the better signings that you could go up and grab. And I think he does replace that Avery Bradley just a little bit. He has chemistry with LeBron. The Lakers have pretty good depth overall. We saw it get better throughout the year. I like that signing a lot, but that loss definitely is going to hurt just a little bit. So yeah, that's really all of our takes. That's sort of like an updated Lakers or NBA playoff things. We have about 3 months, or not 3 months, 3 weeks until we get to the playoffs, and it's coming up quickly, but it's going to be interesting for sure. So yeah, thank y'all for watching, and make sure you subscribe, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and we'll talk to you guys later.